Hi there. My name is Veronica Irwin, and I'm the regulatory reporter at Unchained. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Marta Belcher. I'm the president of Filecoin Foundation.
And we are here at the Blockchain Association Policy Summit in Washington, D.C. So just to start, obviously, November had a lot of big wins for crypto. Do you see something like FIT21 being passed next year?
I think it's a really, really exciting time for crypto. I think it is definitely seems to be a high priority to finally get clarity on the issue of whether and under what circumstances cryptocurrencies are securities. I think that's something that's absolutely critical in order for the industry to be able to actually operate in the U.S. And so I think policymakers get that. I think they understand the urgency, and I think it's likely to be something that is passed relatively quickly.
And what about stablecoin legislation? Is that something that you would also see happening next year?
A lot of progress has been made on stablecoin legislation. It's something that has been moving forward almost even more quickly than FIT21. So it seems like something that's very likely also to actually be pushed forward, which is very exciting.
Are there any areas, like I'm curious when it comes to stablecoin legislation, I feel like it gets a lot less attention than market structure. Where could the industry be more open to compromise versus like what's most essential to see in that bill?
So I think when it comes to stablecoin legislation, the big question is about whether it needs to be one-to-one backed, right? And that's something that, I think some people would argue in other sectors, that's not actually something that is required, right? And so it would be really going above and beyond. And I think it's a question mark as to whether, if it weren't one-to-one backed, it would be something that members of Congress would have appetite for. So I think that's where a lot of the action is on stablecoins and a lot of the question marks.
And then, there's been a lot of talk at this conference about market structure legislation, stablecoin legislation, also SAB 121. And a lot of people seem very excited that a lot will be passed very quickly, and a lot of this will be addressed very quickly. So, 2 years from now, what's next? What do we need Congress to be focusing on or thinking ahead on?
Well, I think we should contextualize quickly, right? Quickly is quickly for Congress, which is not quickly for, what anyone in the industry would think of as quickly, right? So, but the fact that, FIT21 did already pass the House, so there's already some really good language that's gotten broad agreement is really helpful and is a good sign for being able to move things forward. What quickly means in this context, certainly could be on the order of years, but that's even on the order of years is a couple years is pretty quick by congressional standards. So I would say, I guess we'll stay tuned to see how fast that happens. I think the other changes that are likely to happen faster would be more agency changes, right? Agency related changes, since we'll have, kind of a total turnover at the highest levels of agencies.
Can you give like an example of what that might look like or what that would mean?
Well, they say personnel is policy, right? Okay. And just looking at a bunch of the picks, right? You have a crypto czar, you have people who are really knowledgeable about cryptocurrency, who are really think that this is an important technology for the future of the country and are really invested in making it an environment where cryptocurrency companies can actually operate.